uncapped Williams Grove in the Pro Late model.
Prevailed and takes home the checkers here at Knoxville Raceway.
Checker flag is out for Spangler as they come across the line here.
The 217 coming off of 4. It'll be hit.
Coming there on 3 and 4. Salas gets win number 2 of the night.
Randy Shreves from 19th to victory.
The corners 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win. It's going to be Shreves getting the win.
He sees the checkered flag win. Give it to William Watson.
FFTV on the pole. On the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurl. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
There we go. Now we should be better. Everything's set to rock and roll here tonight. There we go. Now we got sound. Sorry about that. For some reason, my mic didn't connect as they come down here in the corner number 1. Right before we go green flag racing here at USA. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the racing action here at Coast to Coast Racing League tonight. Ryan Lane, or Matt Barber out there in front has your control card. It was outside Ryan Elsey. This is your G&G Drywall Services Pro Late Models. Working down there now out of corner 3 and 4. Heading there to the start-finish line. Green flag waves. And they're finally down in the way. Loud pedals hit the floor. Dust hits the outside wall. Going in the corner number 1. Watson down there on the inside. Getting underneath Elsey. Could not quite get it to stick the way he was looking to. I think they're in 3rd place right now. Elsey still in 2nd. Watson, though, trying to make that bottom work as they work down around there out of the corner. Chapman making that bottom work as well. Now he's underneath of Randy Shreves down here in the corner number 1. Down across the grass there through 1 and 2. Heading here now down the back straightaway. Jeff Barker, Shane Billings out there in front of him. And we see 3 wide there with Watson. Watson, though, has a trouble there in the corner number 3 and 4. That's going to shuffle him back here behind Shane Billings now, as we see Ryan Elsey up there on the high side. Trevor Grew making a great run here. They're behind Matt Barber in the 16, down here through 3 and 4 now. Everybody's single file there at the front for the most of the time there as he watch him work there off. Shane Billings there 5th, Randy Shreve 6th. Jeff Barker, who is outside, is Zach Chapman. And working down that back straightaway here through 3 and 4. Trevor Garou there in 2nd. Ryan Elsey sitting 3rd right now as they work it down off the corner. Side by side, Trevor Garou underneath of Matt Barber, but couldn't quite get it to stick. Ends up falling back in line. Behind here with 4 laps to go for your Pro Late Models tonight. Down that back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Matt Barber out there in front. Ryan Elsey back here in 3rd. Watson looks in underneath of Elsey. Couldn't quite get there that time as they dive it down there through 1 and 2. Watson will get it underneath him this time. As Elsey tries to hang on to it there on the high side. Now he's got Shreves working underneath him. And not too far behind comes Chapman. So Shaggy sitting back here in about 6. He's getting up there right with Elsey. Looking underneath of Elsey as they come off of turn 4. He's right at the bumper. And here in the corner number 1. Chapman is there. 2 laps to go here for Matt Barber. Trevor Garou, they're your top 2 at this point in time. Rolling down through the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Everybody there at the bumper. Off through 1 and 2. Garou up there now, trying to get underneath of Barber. Barber down the back straightaway. Watson out there in 3rd. Randy Shreves in 4th. And there you see Garou makes the pass here through 3 and 4. Coming off the final quarter here for your heat race. Trevor Garou gets the win here in heat number 1. As Matt Barber's there in 2nd. Heat 1 results will be up here in just a moment, so just give them a moment to get them to me. There they are. Trevor Garou getting that win. Matt Barber there in 2nd. William Watson grabs 3rd with Randy Shreves 4th. Zach Chapman 5th. Great run there in that heat for him. Shaggy brings it home in 5th place. Ryan Elsey there in 6th after having a little bit of issue there. And slides himself into 6th position. Jeff Sharp there in 7th. Jeff Barker in 8th. Shane Billings back here in 9th after big issues 4 laps down. We'll be back after this short message from our league sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Your main event of the Pro Late Models coming up right after.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back here at the Speedway, ready for the grid of your late models here tonight. Trevor Grew starting out there on pole for Drywall Motorsports. Matt Barber in second in the 16. The 23 William Watson starts third inside row number 2 for Full Throttle Motorsports. LGR Motorsports, number 56 of Randy Shreve. Full start to the outside of row number 2. They're in fourth. Row number 3, who is inside, Gambler Motorsports, the 7-2 from Shaggy TV, Mr. Zach Chapman himself. They're in 5th position. To his outside, Brian Elsie for JWR Motorsports, the 027 of Brian Elsie starts 6th. The 280 from Thunder Ridge Racing, the 7th place starter tonight is Jeff Sharp. There he was outside, out row number 4 in 8th position, going to be starting at 513. Trevor Can-Am Racing Team, Jeff Barker. And rounding out their field tonight, the number 17. Starting in 9th tonight, back here at row number 5, is going to be Shane Billings. That is your starting grid here tonight as they roll it down through the front straightaway. Get ready for the start. We got 2 laps to green. 30 laps the distance here tonight for these drivers.
Every second's pump and pulse. The crowds are shout, engines roar, hot.
Let us know who you're rooting for. Work down that back straightaway. Guru got the pole right now. So good from Matt Barber in the heat. William Watson back here in third. Zach Chapman got himself in the fourth. No, I'm sorry, he's in fifth right now. Randy Shreve supposed to be in fourth up here on that high side.
Neon lights and roaring crowds, fire in our veins. Speed addiction, racing passion, breaking every chain.
Down the front straightaway they go. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize that was on. So, as you see there, our starting grid, we have Guru, Barber, Watson, Shreves, Chapman, Elsie, Sharp, Barker, and Billings. That is your starting grid right there. Hopefully your driver made it here tonight for the Pro Late Models that you're hoping to watch. Now these drivers head out here through turn 3 and 4, already gassed up and ready to go. Fred's going to pull off there on the front straightaway. You see him duck down there onto that pit road. And now here we wait for the green flag. They got to come down the front straightaway a little bit. Green flag hits the air. Loud pedals hit the floor, and dust hits the outside wall as they work through turn 1 and 2. Watson out there in third, got a pretty decent jump, but look at Barber. He got one heck of a hook there on that outside line to get him shot around the outside of Guru. Guru working there on the middle as Watson's kind of working a little bit lower lane. Shreve's there in fourth with Shaggy there fifth as they work their single file train through 1 and 2 right at this point in time. Everybody's trying to find their way. Billings up 2 spots as Sharp and Parker fall back. And almost 3 wide there out front. Watson's going to watch himself as Guru tries to find that bottom. Barber now back out to the lead here. 28 laps to go in your feature race of the G&G or GG Drywall Services here tonight for this Thursday Night Thunder, your Pro Late Model Division. And they roll down through now. Off corner number 4. Guru is sticking right there with Barber. Watson right there with them as well. And they work there now through 1 and 2. Let's see here. So it looks like Watson has won both races so far tonight. We'll see if he can make it 3 for 3. And as we've talked about before here at Coast to Coast Racing Network, that is a very tough feat, especially with drivers like Guru and Barber there in front of you. We got 26 laps to go here as they work off turn 3. Or I'm sorry, turn 2 down here into turn 3. Watson hangs in there in third. Shreves there in fourth. With Chapman there on their bottom as they still battle it out here. as Watson's trying to find that grip. Guru going low. Watson's going to stay high, going to try to get that momentum to get out above. Guru gets the nose up there. He's got the high side now going here into the corner. Guru takes a shot, dives deep there, slides it on up, but Barber's going to slide back underneath him here going into corner number 1. He's going to slide it back. Now Watson gets underneath Guru, and that's going to maybe let Watson get into second place, but not yet. But it's going to kind of lock Guru. Well, no, Guru gets down there. Into the inside wall there. That's going to give him a little bit of a nudge there. Not what he wanted to do. We got caution back here at the back. Shane Billings and Shreves into the outside wall, along with the 513 there of Jeff Barker. No caution flag. And Billings is still stuck on the outside of the track as the leaders come through. Caution is out. We'll watch this unfold here in turn 3 and 4. I caught it there on the back end of the shot as they worked through the corner. And you see Billings and the 27 there, Ryan Elsie, I believe. Yeah, that's Ryan Elsie, getting together a little bit. As you see, now there comes Shreves. There comes Billings down underneath. Heading to number 17. Going to end up sliding up there off the bottom and just straight line into the 56 door of Shreves. And unfortunately, Elsie nowhere to go. And Jeff Barker is just going to slow down to keep from getting involved. Oh, man, tough break there for Billings tonight. Off corner 4 they go, side by side. Guru, Barber, Watson, all up there in your top 3. Chapman there in a 4th rate now on the outside line. We'll see if that helps him at all or not. Billings down there on pit road, working his way off. Going to get back there to the back of the line. Now down there, off corner number 2 down that back straightaway, the 75T of Trevor Guru sitting 3rd. He's got it battling hard up here between Watson, Barber, and Guru. And, I mean, Watson would love to see a three-peat here tonight. We'll see if he can make that happen here at Coast to Coast Racing Network, along with the Coast to Coast Racing League, bringing you the Pro Elite models from G&G Drywall Services here tonight. Off corner number 4 they go. Pace car rolls up, and green flag in the air. Watson there in the 2nd. Shaggy tries to work his way in the 3rd now as they work down there off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Zach Chapman still hangs on there in a 4th. It's Guru got back around him on the bottom side. Now Chapman's going to dive down there underneath. Going to try to bring it around there. Gets underneath, but can't quite bring it up to the wall like he was hoping to. And Guru keeps that momentum. Watson hangs on the 2nd. Getting the grip up there on the high side. Going to try to chase down Barber as they work down there out of the corner. Down that back straight away. Matt Barber there in front. Watson there 2nd. Trevor Guru there in the 3rd. Chapman in fourth, and there's a pile up there as Guru gets involved. Chapman as well down there on the inside. Chapman's going to try to take it to pit road there as caution comes out. Trevor Guru taking a good blunt of that as well there, coming through turn 3 and 4 once again. Now you watch him come down through the back straightaway. There you see Watson and Guru right there. And looks like just Shaggy came in and was a little hot there in the corner 3 and 4 and just slides up there into Guru, and then it just picks everything up around there. And man, oh man, Shaggy up on the side there for a moment before coming to rest on all fours. Well, Dean, you could take that up with Watson yourself. Watching the chat room here at Coast to Coast Racing Network. Matt Barber out there as the leader. Watson there in second. Elsie now gets himself back there in the third after an issue earlier on in the race. Shreves there, Barker, Billings, Jeff Sharp, Trevor Guru, and Zach Chapman back out on track now. Lights go out, everybody gets lined up. We're going back green flag racing this time. 9 drivers still in it. They work there through 3 and 4, getting out here ready. And they're down and away out of corner number 4, down the front straightaway. Barber with a great start there. Watson's going to fall in behind him. Randy Shreves there in third as he works that outside line around Elsie. Elsie now falls back as Billings now gets to his outside there, going through turn 3 and 4. Billings trying to stay on top of it there as he's on top there in that fluff stuff. Falls all the way back there to Zach Chapman as Zach is underneath him there in the corner 1 and 2. And uh-oh. All right, well, good job there, Shaggy, for keeping it together. He caught that grass pretty heavily there as you see Matt Barber and Watson out there in the lead right now. But can Watson get it away from Barber? That is what we're going to see. Shreves there in third. He works down there now out of the corner, and right now you got a different top 3 at this point in time from what you've seen all night, with the exception of Watson being there. Your other 2 finishers behind Watson have all switched spots kind of throughout the night. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play out in this one. Trevor Guru trying to work his way back up there towards the front. Currently right now behind the 513 of Jeff Barker as he works there on the bottom. All right, Elsie there fourth. Randy Shreves there third. Watson gets a good run, gets a dive in there underneath the Barber. Barber now slides there underneath, going to do a crossover there out of 4. Going to try to slide it in here in the corner number 1 and 2 across that grassy patch. And then up out of corner number 2. Here comes Watson once again. There on the backstretch, going to dive it in here in the 3 and 4. This time he's going to slide it out there. And Barber is going to get back underneath him there on the front straightaway, drag racing to the line. 13 laps to go now as Barber crosses over and does the slide there through 1 and 2. But Watson, what a great run down the back straightaway. Almost doesn't even have to throw the slide this time. He's down there on the bottom. Barber's going to stick it down there on the bottom. But Watson keeps him behind him now as they work down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Watson now your race leader for another time tonight for Thursday Night Thunder. Matt Barber there in second. Randy Shreves there in third. Ryan Elsie, Shane Billings working together there in the corner 3 and 4. Elsie up there on the top side. Billings working underneath them there. And now Watson still has his hands full there with Barber. Barber's back underneath them. They're through 1 and 2. Man, the action tonight here at USA. Barber and Watson battling out side by side, front to back here for first and second. As you watch Barber take another shot there through turn 3 and 4 on the bottom. They try to get set up for turn 1 and 2. Can't quite get there. As Watson stays up high now, Barber stays up high to keep that momentum high. That's how they work down that backstretch once again. Here comes Barber for another shot, possibly. Here in the 3 and 4, gonna follow Watson through and gonna try to keep that momentum high as they now work their off turn number 4. Stay up there to the top side here in the corner 1 and 2. No, Barber's gonna dive it in, gonna try to slide him there through 1 and 2. Can't quite get the pass done. And they're now side by side down the back straightaway. Barber now set up though to dive it in here to 3 and 4. Watson now is going to try to cross it under. Coming there out of turn 3 and 4, but Barber had such a head of steam there. Great run out of Barber. Now here comes Watson underneath. Side by side, you see them FTM cars out there all the time. Watson out there in front. Not sure who Barber's out there for out of Canada. Canadian driver Matt Barber doing a really phenomenal job here at USA tonight. They work there now off turn 4. Chapman is out of this race tonight as they work there into 1 and 2. Watson and Barber still battling it out as Watson now takes back the lead. Going down the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Barber, though, not going to give up the fight as he stays right close. Down the front straight now. 6 laps to go. They enter turn 1. Watson diving it down, trying to take that slider line away from Barber. Get some distance between him and Barber through turn 1 and 2. Now Barber's going to try to help make some of that up here through 3 and 4. He's going to run that long slider line here to work off the corner. Now Watson stays out front there for 5 laps to go now. They work there through turn 1 and 2. Watson hangs on there to the lead. Barber's there in second. Shreve back here in third. Shane Billings currently there in fourth. Brian Elsey rounding out your top 5 here tonight. And you keep them watch the battle here for the lead. Just immense going on here tonight as they all work there off the corner. Back here though, we got Jeff Sharpen at 280 looking underneath of Jeff Barker. Coming there out of turn 4. Jeff Barker trying to get underneath Ryan Elsey. Couldn't quite make that happen yet. Trevor DeRue in the pit lane. Here they go, coming here off turn number 4. Watson out there in front. Barber there second. Randy Shreve there in third. Barber goes up high, going to try to get that fluff to work for him here off of the corner. Down that back straightaway here in the 3 and 4. Barber going to take a shot here, possibly. No, he's going to keep it staying high there, try to get the run off the high side there. To get him a run down in the corner number 1. There you see Shreves. He's gaining some ground here on the leaders. They battle it back and forth. Shreves getting into a position where he might be able to battle there for a second, but he still might be just too far back. We'll see here how this plays out here. They're coming around here through 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag. There it's unfurled and waving. White flag in the air. William Watson one more time around here at USA tonight. And he has the 3-peat here this Thursday night. Matt Barber there in second. Randy Shreves there in third. Shane Billings back here in fourth. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be how they finish out here. I don't think Barber is going to have anything for Watson as they come there off turn 4. Down the front straightaway. William Watson. 3-peat here this Thursday night for Thursday Night Thunder. Getting that victory here at USA. Mr. 3-peat William Watson for Thursday Night Thunder tonight. Unofficial results are in. So official results here of your finishing order. They are as follows. Randy Shreves there in. William Watson getting that first place. Matt Barber second. Randy Shreves there third. Shane Billings fourth. Ryan Elsey there fifth. Jeff Barker sixth. Jeff Sharp there in 7th, Trevor Giroux there in 8th, Zach Chapman, Mr. Shaggy TV finishes there in 9th tonight in his late model. We'll get with your winners here momentarily. Just waiting for them to get up here. We got Randy Shreves, Matt Barber, and William Watson we're looking for. We got second place finisher. Oh, no, there we go. We got them here in order so far. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Pretty good, Adam.
Man, what a night it's been here for this Coast to Coast Racing League tonight. I mean, here on C2C RN here at the Racing Network of Coast to Coast, it's been phenomenal racing all night long, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely been exciting, that's for sure. USA, it's one of them tricky tracks, and, everybody's just got to be cautious. And, for the most part, everybody was, and, it made for pretty good racing.
Oh, it was a great night of racing for sure. And kind of take us through, what was your thoughts here with the Pro Late models, the way they were able to get around USA tonight?
Yeah, they were actually they were getting it. They were pretty fast tonight. There's multiple grooves, and it's just hard to catch them guys up front, man. And yeah, it definitely made for a challenge. I had to pit early on, got wrecked, and had to pit, so I had to, come from the back and then work my way forward. I mean, there wasn't very many cars, but, a lot of good drivers out here, and definitely happy to get a podium with these guys.
Well, you did a great job. You got any sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank for getting that third place tonight?
For sure. Everybody at Coast to Coast, you, Adam, for the broadcast and everything you do for the league. My son Dylan Shreves for painting my cars. My buddy Mike McCoy for watching. My buddy Jeff Spann for watching. His whole family. And, everybody else for watching.
Alrighty, well, congrats there, Shreves, and hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Yep, I'll be back.
All right, I was Randy Shreves. Now we'll get with Matt Barber. Good evening there, Matt. How's your night going?
Oh, not too bad. How's yours?
Going pretty decent, actually. And, man, what a race out front it was tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun with William there. Congrats to him on the three-peat. They said it was his first time doing that. He won all three tonight, so he absolutely killed it tonight, so hats off to him. But, yeah, he was definitely the class of the field for all three tonight. He was just super fast. I mean, I guess we're just in William Watson's playground here at USA when we come here. So, no, that's congrats to him. He did a hell of a job. I tried everything I could, and I ended up parking on his nose there in like turn 1 and 2 on lap 24 by accident. So, felt bad for that. I already apologized, but yeah, a good run for Randy as well, getting riding out the podium. And, yeah, it was just trying to keep your nose clean like usual.
Yeah, definitely was a great job out there. I know you guys were giving slide jobs back and forth, and, man, that was exciting to watch here for the broadcast, and I'm sure the viewers will really appreciate that as well. And kind of take us through how here. It looked like the track was pretty decent for the whole race here tonight. Didn't seem like it slicked off too bad.
No, it didn't slick off too bad. There was a couple patches where you couldn't really tell, but you could feel it kind of wheel spin, so it was kind of technical in that sense. But being USA, it's always got the bumps, and the bumps were being kind of a little frustrating and pretty unpredictable a lot of the time, so that's what happened with me there. I went into one to go slide and hit the bump, and the car just got completely upset, and it just pointed right at the wall, and I couldn't get it to turn, so I just woed right up and took my losses there and just tried to keep up with Bart.
Now, did you run all three races yourself tonight, Matt?
No, I ran the small blocks and I skipped out the big blocks. I'm watching the Senators game right now as well in the playoffs, and then I just decided to come back and do this one because I enjoy the pro lights every now and then, so and I've been doing fairly well on them lately.
Okay,
So yeah.
so you ran the small blocks tonight. Was the track better equipped here for the late models than what it was for those small blocks? I know I was getting bounced out of my seat.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a little smoother in some spots for the late models, but then again, the late models are a whole different car, right? They have different, they handle completely differently. So I was doing some lines with this that I wasn't doing in the mods. That was working pretty good. So like I guess exiting turn 2 in the mods, it was getting pretty bumpy exiting it. And then for this one, it wasn't. You could kind of tell it was hopping a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as bad. It was mostly just the entries for both corners.
Well, see, that's where I have my biggest issue was entry in the one in the small block. It just seemed like there seemed to be a hole in turn 1 or in the small block.
Yeah, it was like halfway up the track. If you hit it wrong, it just pointed you straight. And I know exactly what you mean. I hit it a few times too.
But great job tonight getting that second place. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting there.
Of course, GG Drywall for sponsoring this. You, Adam, for putting on the broadcast. My guys from the Discord, Vertex Graphics, TCM Mechanical. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes running the league. As always, hats off to Randy as well, and of course William for the three-peat. He killed it tonight, and congrats to him.
Alrighty, well, congrats there to you as well. Hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Matt Barber, your second place finisher. Now we'll get with William Watson. Good evening there, William. How's it going tonight?
Going good, bud. How about you?
Well, I understand you finally were able to pull it off.
Oh, the three-peat? Yeah. One night three-peat, yeah. I was telling Matt earlier. I said I've done it in the championship in one season. This was another milestone for me to do is get it all in one night. So I can check that off the list now.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, you really had to battle hard there with Barber to make sure you were able to get that.
Oh, yeah, all 3 races I had to battle. Big blocks was a little easier. I got up front early, so. But, yeah, I had to figure out where to be here in the late models because if you saw me in the heat, man, I was all over the place. Finally got it back underneath me about halfway through the heat and then found some things out there during warm-ups. I turned the right front brake on to help me be more smooth. Yeah, I just had to find the line, and when I found that top side, told Trevor about it, and we stayed up there the rest of the race until right there towards the end. It became a slider line in 3 and 4, just right outside the slick. So it's all about finding that line and sticking to it.
Well, and I'm sure throttle control has a lot to do with it as well.
Not much in these. With these being the pros, you can stay majority of the way around the track, 3/4 of the way to full throttle. Like big blocks, that's where real throttle control comes in. Like up here on the top side on this one, I would crank the wheel to the right, try not to hit the wall, and just turn it back left and stay in the throttle. About halfway through, I let out just a little bit, and then just smoothly go back into it coming out of the corner.
Well, you did a great job getting a three-peat here tonight, and you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for helping you work your way to that milestone of yours tonight with the three-peat.
Yeah, of course. FDM, Swansby Shop, Stu Pro Performance, ScriptPacks.com, Dent Dirt Car Series, Vortex Scraps for the Wraps. You for sponsoring this. Trevor's dad for sponsoring this year or this season for the late models.
GG Drywall.
GG Drywall, that's right. Yeah, you still ain't ran too many races this season. Yeah, of course, Coast to Coast, and you for broadcasting.
Oh, great job there, and hopefully we'll see you next week, and you can hopefully keep some of this momentum going for you.
I'll try. My daughter's playing softball now, and her softball games are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's getting in the way of this season, but having fun doing it, though. Helping coach and stuff, so.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully we'll see. If not, we understand why.
Yep, appreciate it.
So great job tonight, Watson, for getting the 3 wins, and we'll see how it goes here on out throughout the season. So have yourself a great night. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, thank you too.
That's going to wrap it up here from USA with the Coast to Coast Racing Network and myself here at Fleeger Farm TV. Thank you all for tuning in and watching from both Shaggy and myself. We want to say thank you and have yourself a great night. We'll see you next week when we take on more Coast to Coast racing action here at Coast to Coast Racing Network. Good night, everyone.